Hi there, and thank you so much for giving me your time today to attend this fantastic webinar training course on how to become a qualified relationship expert with the Academy of Relationship Coaching. This presentation is going to share with you how you can maximize your career by helping people to find love and how to become a qualified relationship expert. Now, the reason why I decided to set up this organization is that I've been attending seminars, webinars, conferences, you name it, all personal development events over several years all over the UK. And there's one thing that I realized: there was nobody providing training for people to be qualified dating and relationship experts by helping those that are in relationships and those that are also single as well, how to have a happy, fulfilled relationship. So what we decided to do was set up this program, how we can train you on how to actually do that and get paid for that at the same time. Now, this presentation is I'm going to share with you some exercises, some models and some tips on how you can apply that right now in your life as well. So let's get started. Let me ask you some questions before we start. Have you ever given a single friend advice on how they can find and attract the right partner? I bet you have. And have you ever given advice to a friend or family member on how they can improve their relationship? We've all been there, family members, brothers and sisters, etc. We've always given advice, haven't we? Now, did you enjoy being that go-to person for advice? Because if you did like that feeling, this is exactly a fantastic opportunity for you. Did you get paid for doing that? Did you get paid from £50 to £150 an hour for giving that advice? I bet you didn't. And how would you like to be paid for giving that advice from emails, telephone, Skype, face-to-face? What about creating your own DVDs and CDs, which are called digital products? A webinar like this, workshops, seminars, conferences, and speaking on stage, delivering your message to people how they can improve their life. Would you be interested in becoming a qualified relationship expert with the only relationship training organization in the UK? Would you be interested in speaking on stage at the next dating and relationship conference in London? Now, you must watch this whole presentation to find out more. Now, our mission statement is: the overall aim of the Academy of Relationship Coaching course is to provide the skills to coach single individuals in making good couple relationship choices, and also to increase stability, happiness and fulfillment for couples for long-lasting loving relationships. Let's look at some important facts. 50% of marriages end in divorce, and I think that's slightly higher than that now, and that's globally. Most singles lack confidence and planning, and they do. They have no idea exactly what they want, and if they lack the confidence, it prevents them from taking the action as well. Most couples out there are unhappy and could benefit with coaching. I bet if you listed 5 of your top friends that are in relationships, if they are, how many of them are really happy? And I mean around average about 8 out of 10 in their relationship. Not many relationship and dating experts are available. Could you name one relationship expert that if you needed advice or help that you could go to? I bet there's not that many. There's not any dating and relationship conferences for you to attend. If there is, please let me know. But if there's any that you can attend, I bet there's none in your area whatsoever. And most of us provide some form of advice, don't we? But we just never get paid for that. Now, being a relationship expert makes you stand out from the rest of other professions. And it's the most important part of people's lives. Is it the most important part of your life? If this is something you are definitely interested in, then please stay on this training webinar. So let's just look at my story, because I didn't just become a relationship expert overnight. At age 14, I went to a boarding school in East Sussex. It was a challenged boarding school. I was getting in little bits of trouble when I was young, not crying, but I was always fighting. And I was quite bright when I was at school, and I suppose I was just trying to create a lot of attention to create a lot of attention because I was bored. And my first job was as a Ministry of Defence as an admin assistant. Now, my education, I have a few O levels and a few in maths and English. Nothing significant. I didn't go to university. I haven't got a degree. I haven't got a qualification in counselling or anything like that. So I just went and worked at the Ministry of Defence for an admin assistant for a year. That was my first job, and I actually hated it with a passion. My second job was a mail clerk in Chevron, an American oil company, and I got promoted to the accounts department afterwards as well. But it wasn't something that I was passionate about. Do you know when you're doing something, you're in a career and you're just doing that to pay the bills, and that's what I was doing. And at the time, in around about 95, 96, 1995, 6, the company was making redundancies, unfortunately. And the good thing about that was I was studying and looking at becoming a driving instructor at that time. And what happened was the company was sponsoring everybody in the company by providing them with £22,000 worth of coaching or personal development to further their career. So any company that you want to do your training with, the company would sponsor that and pay you £2,000 for, which was brilliant. It was an American company, and it made sense. I was studying to be a driving instructor. What made me want to become a driving instructor was that I wanted to, like to help people. I felt that I was a people's person. And at the time I was helping my sister. She just passed her driving test, but she lacked confidence, and we would go every weekend to go and visit our grandparents in Croydon, and they were elderly, and we used to take food up there for them and make sure they were okay. So I'd help my sister driving there in her car. And she said to me, "Oh, you're very patient. You should become a driving instructor." And that's why that journey started. I qualified as a driving instructor, and I decided to set up Des O'Connor's driving school, a very successful driving school. I had loads of driving school cars in my area in London, and I had lots of opportunities on TV as well. I appeared on Richard and Judy twice, and various other programs on BBC and Channel 4. And that was going quite very, very, very well. Then unfortunately in 2001 my father passed away, and in 2003 my mum passed away as well. And that was the most challenging part of my life. Two experiences that I'm still coming to terms with right now. I mean, if you've had a death in your family, I'm sure you can relate to what I'm talking about. And that was a very, very painful experience for me. And when my mum died in 2003, I was just all over the place. Didn't know where I was coming or going. But within time, as they say, time is the healer. And in 2005, I got married to somebody in 2005, and it was somebody that I was sort of on and off dating in 2003. When my mum passed away, I actually, because actually the person I was seeing in 2003, when my mum was alive, we actually split up. And about 3 months after that, I think my mum passed away, and then I actually fell back into my ex's arms. And then all of a sudden, everything happened so quick. We got married, we had a baby, we had a big wedding, bought a big house in Ashford in Kent, and everything just happened so quick. And then unfortunately, the marriage broke down in 2007, went for a very, very painful divorce, which I won't go into the ins and outs of that, but it was I would say it was the third painful experience outside of my parents passing away that I had to experience. And it enabled me to learn about myself, and also I studied life coaching, and I qualified as a life coach in 2009. And I was also studying to be a life coach, as well as receiving counselling, because when we was married, we had a counsellor that was helping us to save our marriage, but the damage was already done before we went to see her. So I was receiving counselling by the same woman, as well as studying to be a life coach. So I was receiving all this personal development, this counselling, this therapy, and it was making me heal. And my counsellor quoted by saying, I fast-tracked my divorce by getting over it by 5 times, because the average person would have taken a lot longer. So I qualified as a coach. I studied actually coaching, not to be working with single women initially, but it was to help driving instructors improve their life and improve their marketing for their driving school. because there's about 40,000 of them in the UK, and I actually accidentally fell into the single women's coaching. I was at an event, I was hosting a speed dating event, and I asked the director, I understand why all these women at all these singles events are single, they need coaching, let me run a workshop. I ran a workshop, they said yes, about 80 to 100 women turned up, and it was absolutely fantastic. And since then, it's just gone from strength to strength. I won the Relationship Coach of the Year award for the APCTC, which stands for the Association of Professional Coaches, Training and Consultants, and they endorse all my courses, especially this one that I'm presenting to you now as well. So that was a very exciting, fantastic achievement for me to win that as well. And I'm also touring the USA this year as well. I'm going to be touring there a couple of times this year as well. I'm speaking at an event called the Great Love Debate, if you want to look that up. And that basically is an organisation that holds debates all over in America, and they have 100 single men, 100 single women, and then they have 5 or 6 experts on stage taking questions from the audience, answering why are we still single. So I'm really looking forward to that. And then there's obviously my book launch, which takes place on in the next few months, on June, and it's called I Can Find You the Right Man. And if it's something you're interested in about speaking at my book launch, there should be about 250, 300 people there, then please stay to the end of this to find out more information. And I've launched the dating and relationship conferences, which was last month, which was absolutely fantastic, which I can share with you. So that's more or less my story. If you want more information about myself, then please just check out my website, it's deso'connor.com. It's all on there, or Google me, you'll be able to see more information. So the moment my life changed, I was married, I was walking into Ashford, and something said to me, just pop into Waterstones. And I wasn't really a book person. I never used to read a lot of books, but this moment changed my life. I walked into this book, into Waterstones. There was this book that was standing there in front of me, and this book was, as you can see, Are You the One for Me by Barbara DeAngelis. Now, all my clients read this book. I do not work with anybody who doesn't purchase this book, and I make sure that all my clients that are relationship training coaches like yourself, if that's what you want to be involved with, you must read this book, and then you will email me all what you learn about yourself from this book. It's never about the other person out there, it's always about yourself. And this is an audio or book version, and this book made me realize, wow, like, first of all, the question asked is, why am I so fascinated about this book if I'm married? That was an answer in itself. And every time I had a spare moment, even when I was on a toilet, I was reading this book, because I felt Barbara was talking exactly to me. And that's when I knew that I was going to be involved with some form of dating or relationship expert advice or something along those lines. And I made sure I was continually learning and training myself for that as well. And that was I would say that was in the year 2006, around about that time, because I got married in 2005 and divorced in 2007. So I think it was around about 2006-07, more or less a year into my marriage, I realized that I was with the wrong partner. So the course will be endorsed by the APCTC, the Association of Professional Coaches, Trainers and Consultants, was formed by some of the most well-respected names in our industry to raise professional standards and increase awareness of the coaching, training, consulting and speaking industries. And they endorse all our courses. And this was the award that I won. There's me there. I won Relationship Coach of the Year a couple of years ago. Fantastic day. And that was brilliant. And then there's me with the chairman and Topher Morrison on the left there, and Chris Black on the right. So I won that award, which I'm really pleased about as well.
Whoa, didn't expect this one coming. I'd like to thank, first of all, Sharon for nominating me, and been supporting me, been my rock for the last 3 years. My journey from coming to become a relationship coach actually came from a very painful divorce, and that's what made me change my career. I did Dan's course, changed my career as a coach, and one of the things I realised and I learned from the divorce was I need to take responsibility for the woman I chose and my actions for that as well. And then I realised, well, there's a lot of women out there that are not aware of that. So what I started to do was work with a lot of women and just showing them how they can look at their life from a different angle. And just listen to them and just guide them into that place of forgiveness, positiveness, and in installing in them they can attract the right partner in their life, but they need to understand that it starts with them and stop blaming. You know, we've all been there. And I get women calling me every day, and some of them just want to talk. Some of them just want to talk, and I listen. Some want to talk more than others. But I mean, this year there's 2 weddings, and I've been working with women and with my coaching and just getting them to take action quicker. And they just need to start believing in themselves and then surrounding themselves in the environment for the type of man they want in their life. And it's so simple. So I won't go on anymore, but I'd like to thanks for the award, and thanks for the support and everybody that voted for me. And thank you very much.
Des O'Connor, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, our next category.
Also, this is an organisation, if you're worried about, how is the coaching industry governed and are there ethics and standards for the coaching profession, and is there certification? Now, we're going to be a member of the ICF anyway, just to let you know. And over the past 10 years, coaching has spread beyond the business world. People from all walks of life are now hiring coaches to assist them in achieving a variety of personal and professional goals. The growth in coaching is evidenced by the increasing numbers of coaches joining the International Coaching Federation, the ICF, the professional association that sets ethics and standards for the coaching profession and certifies coaches. Join the International Coaching Federation and gain instant credibility by identifying yourself with the largest global community of professional trained coaches. We want to help you transform lives and become the best coach you can be by putting our research, resources and marketing tools in your hands. Succeed in your coaching career by connecting with our cutting-edge research, the local and global ICF coaching communities, and outstanding business development and professional growth opportunities. So we will be in communication with the ICF and we'll be a member of them as well. Same goes for the Association of Coaching. They're more UK based, but the Association of Coaching is one of the leading independent and non-profit making professional bodies aimed at promoting best practice and raising the awareness and standards of coaching while providing support for its members. Since its inception, the Association for Coaching has experienced rapid growth, has become known for its leadership within the market and responsiveness to both marketing and members' needs. Become a member gives you opportunity to be involved in an established yet dynamic membership organisation dedicated to excellence and coaching best practice. It's a membership organisation for professional coaches, training, service providers and organisations involved in coaching. The areas covered include executive, personal, business, speciality and team coaching. So please check that out as well. We will be a member of them as well. So I was also featured in a divorced parents magazine. So if you're somebody that's divorced, I can put you in touch with the owner of the magazine, and I would actually wrote an article in there about how I survived my painful divorce and become one of the top relationship coaches in the UK. Also, I've been working with single professional women. That's what I've mainly been doing. I've running courses. I've created lots of weddings, engagements, helping women find the right partner, and have a 12-week program for that as well. So that's one of the areas you wanted to focus on, then I can definitely train you up with that as well. Paul Carrick Brunson, those of you who don't know who he is the number one matchmaker in the world, and quoted as a #1 relationship expert as well, and is a nice person, and he's actually endorsing all my work. He's coming over in October. I'm involved with that, and if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be going over to America in the next coming months. So I fully 100% appreciate that.
What's up, everybody? My name is Paul Carrick Brunson, known to many as the modern day matchmaker, and I want to talk a little bit about my brand, Des O'Connor. Here's the thing. I met Des about a year ago in London, actually at a bar, and we're next to a bar right now, which is kind of crazy. But I met him, and you know what? He approached me and he was telling me about how he was the #1 relationship expert in the UK, and I was thinking, yeah, maybe, I don't know, because, I didn't know who he was. But after that event, he emailed me right away, and trustworthiness really comes with punctuality, and he was very punctual. And then we got on a Skype call, and we exchanged lots of emails, and he was always on top of everything. And so I said, you know what? I'm going to be a part of a big event in the United States, in Atlanta. Des, why don't you come and be a part of this event? And so he has flown over. He's actually filming this right now. We're actually at the city, which is Atlanta. We just came back from the event, and it was my first time ever seeing Des live on stage, interacting, engaging. In Atlanta, this is a tough crowd, and I'm gonna tell you what, he did incredible. Des was just phenomenal, and I was able to see with how he handled the crowd, the information that he gave, the fact that he was entertaining, but at the same time he was informative, that he really knows his stuff. And there's a lot of people in this relationship industry that don't know their stuff. And this is one guy that I can say now, I have seen, proven, he's battlefield tested that he knows his stuff. And it's an honor to be his friend. It's an honor now to be his colleague in the space. And he is going to do amazing things. And I want you to keep an eye out for him. Matter of fact, if I could invest in someone, I would invest in him. And technically, I am investing in him because I'm doing this video, right? But I'm also here to support him because he is great advice. And also, I'll say this, last thing is that get to know his story, right? I know his story. I know he hasn't shared his story with a lot of people, but he'll be sharing his story with more people. But I think that it's his story that gives him the power to do what he does today. And I actually think that if he hadn't gone through that story and hadn't walked through the fire, he wouldn't have the passion and he wouldn't have the vision to do what he does today. So we have to thank God for all of our blessings in life, and sometimes our blessings come in unexpected packages. And in this case, meeting Des O'Connor was an unexpected surprise.
My name is Brian Howie. I am the producer of The Great Love Debate. We are here in Atlanta, Georgia. We had a fantastic show tonight. A lot of great guys, a lot of great girls, fantastic panel led by one Des O'Connor, who flew in from the UK and rocked it. He knew about the men, he knew about the women, he knew about relationships, he knew about love, he knew about dating. He had a handle on 2015. We can't wait to see him again in DC. We can't wait to see him all over America. And most importantly, we can't wait to see him this summer in the UK. We're bringing The Great Love Debate there. We can't wait. It's going to be awesome.
And also met Jarek Robbins as well at an event a few months ago, and he's put me in touch with some people in America that I can connect with, so thanks very much for that as well. But Paul endorses me, as it says here. Des gives people the specific insights and actionable information they need to make significant changes in their life, and he's actually endorsed by Oprah Winfrey. Can you believe that? I'm put one person away from meeting the woman herself. But more than likely, I'm just so honored that I have someone of that caliber that's seen what I've been doing and wants to support and endorse my work there as well. And I'm looking to take the Academy of Relationship Coaching over to the States as well. So there's some important questions for you. Why do you think there are 50% of failed marriages? How much effort do we give ourselves in our relationships? Would you like to make a positive difference? And would you like proven, simple and successful models to use? And then you've got a system in place that how you can just follow those when you're with your clients. Do you believe that there is a market out there? Absolutely, of course there is. And how many qualified relationship experts do you know? I bet there's not that many. This course will also improve your relationship, whether you're in one or not. Now, what you're going to learn from us, you're going to learn how to coach single men and women to find and attract the right partner. You're going to help couples to improve their relationship, maybe communication, or maybe they just need to take time out and go away, or how they can connect and take their relationship to the next level. Divorcees, believe me, when you had a divorce, it feels like a bereavement, and people need to know how to get themselves in a place of confidence and loving themselves and believing that they will meet somebody out there. Married couples, we had counseling when it was too late. If we had it as before we was married, we might be together now, or we might have had a better chance of surviving. And there's a lot of married couples out there that are on the verge of divorce, and especially there's children, etc., involved as well. So you'll be able to help those as well. Would you like to speak at our conferences? Maybe you're not a speaker, maybe you're just one of those people that wants to stand on the side and you just people can come and approach you on a table, or do you want to be on stage and deliver your message to everybody as well? That's an opportunity for you to do that. There's going to be lots of opportunities for that. Dating events, workshops, seminars, we're going to be holding loads of those as well, and we're going to want people to be part of our team to provide that as well. Dating events like speed dating events, maybe you want to create those in the area. You can have 50 people at a speed dating event paying you £25 each. That's about £1,000 for a couple of hours work. Workshops and seminars as well. And then you become a qualified relationship expert, and you will receive a diploma from us as well. And there's different levels of training. There's online training, like you'll receive access like coaching like this. This is a coaching coaching you're receiving here, and offline as well, meaning that you come to a hotel in a classroom setting where you be trained more in depth in all the aspects of this exciting opportunity that's available. Brilliant. So what you will learn on the course, you're going to learn how men and women cope with stress differently, how resolving issues between couples and marriages in a positive way, how to save failed marriages and families, how helping singles find and attract the right partner, how helping singles keep the right partner, how to guide couples to a place of marriage, how to provide positive steps to improve communication between couples, understanding how men and women's brains are different, a big one there as well, why men and women react differently in relationships, and why women want men to listen and not give advice, and why men dislike women who want to change them, and how men really fall in love, how women really fall in love. Very important we understand all of this. How to set up your own dating events, speed dating, singles parties, etc., and how to set up your own dating and relationship workshops and seminars, and how to create and sell your products globally, how to get into magazines, radio stations, TV, etc., how to market yourself, and how to receive so many clients that you can't take any more. Now, this is what I've been doing. People ask me, well, why do you quote yourself as the number one relationship expert in the world? Well, this is what I've been doing. I've been looking at other competitors out there that are doing what I'm trying to do, and there's no one that's doing any of this. As you know, you're here because of the Academy of Relationship Coaches. I'm the only one that set up the Dating and Relationship Coaches conferences. I also launched Des O'Connor's webinars, which basically complements the training, where I provide webinars, not even just for coaches within the Academy of Relationship Coaching, but other companies, businesses and consultants as well. I'm touring the USA. I'm going to Atlanta in April, DC in May with the Great Love Debate, and that's endorsed by Paul Garrick Brunson, as you know, who's endorsed by Oprah. And I train dating and relationship experts to present their businesses on stage as well. And I'm making connections and collaborations internationally. So what that means is you come on board with this course, and I'll be able to connect you with my excellent contacts abroad internationally now that will help you to improve your business. Would you like to eventually go to the States? And I came from a painful situation to a success story. You know, I was low and I was in the lowest ebb of my life, and I'm now trying to improve my life on a daily basis. I have full support from the Yes Group and the APCTC, and more is coming up. And we was in psychologies at the events essentials part of psychologies at the back of the magazine there as well. And I'm the only person connecting all the top UK experts together. Now, would you like to speak at the next dating and relationship conference, which is scheduled for July the 11th in central London, and we're expecting a couple of hundred people to attend. This was the last one. As you can see, all the speakers are there, and it was a fantastic event. Mind-blowing. There's going to be a DVD, an online program to show you exactly what the event was about as well. I host and set up webinars as well. This is a webinar you're speaking to as well, and I offer tips and insights for entrepreneurs, consultants, professional speakers and business owners, how they can use webinars to benefit their business and boost their profits by sharing their expertise with a worldwide audience, delivering an in-depth introduction to your business and your professional skills as well, and receiving good quality leads to follow up. Targeting your audiences, finding the people you are most interested and most likely to buy from you, and then getting paid when you're sleeping by selling information products like DVDs and downloadable content. Now, my fees start from £500 to set this up with you and host it for you as well. So what I mean by hosting, I'll be in the background setting all this up to make sure it just runs smooth and you just speak like I am doing now. My long-awaited book is coming out on June the 20th, and it's dedicated to helping single professional women find and attract the right partner, based on years of experience and real stories of women I've worked with as an award-winning relationship expert as well. So at my book launch, would you like to speak at my book launch? As we've covered that already, so what have I been doing? Well, I was previously running the Academy of Relationship Training course, and I used to charge £2,997 for that. Or people that wanted to hire me on a one-on-one basis, my fees for that were and still are £297 per hour. And then there was 24 access to the online training program, which was complementing the 2-day course, which was for £997, which is a one-off fee. The webinars, like I've just said, for £500, and provide relationship experts with their own professional websites that can take payments, which was for £997 as well. So that's what I've been sort of doing, as well as other bits and pieces. But in relation to this is what I've more or less been doing. So let's have a look at beliefs and where they come from. Let's get into the training side now. Now, we all think and believe what we believe from somewhere. You don't just wake up and believe something. There has to be events, situations that supports that. There must be references that support why you believe. For example, you may believe that becoming a relationship expert, qualified relationship expert, may improve your life financially. It may improve your current relationship. Why do you believe that if that is the case? Why are you attending this training webinar? Because you believe something positive while you're attending that. So let's have a look where the beliefs come from. One of the areas it comes from is the environment. Your surroundings, what goes on around you on a regular basis, that contributes to your beliefs. I mean, this whole session here could be a whole hour and a half coaching session. So I'm going to briefly go over these very quickly. Your education, where you've been learning, where you've been studying, whether it's from nursery up until university, if you decided to go there in school, and education and learning, you're being educated today. So that will form part of your beliefs as well. Events in life, what has happened in your life, both negative and positive, that has contributed to what you believe in. And past outcomes, what has happened in the past to you, what outcomes have happened, whether it's negative or positive, that contributes to your beliefs as well. And finally, your creative thinking. We all have creative thinking. We all think and feel about certain things, and we have that conversation with ourselves, don't we? You're not the only one that has that person talking to you in your brain. And sometimes it's negative and sometimes it's positive. So they're the things that form our beliefs. So let's look at this, how it works in a deeper level. Let's say, supposing you had a client and she was a single woman. And this single woman's belief about getting married was, I don't think I will ever get married. Now, there must be quite a few reasons why she feels that way. Now, just take note of this exercise, because this could be one of your clients that you could be working with. Now, there must be references that support that. Why does she feel that way? Now, let's have a look at one of the references. It may be that she feels that she can't keep a steady relationship. And that could be based on her previous relationships. Maybe she cannot keep a relationship longer than 3 to 6 months. So if she's believing that she can't keep a steady relationship, that's the message she's going to be continually sending out, because she believes that. The second thing might be is that the men I meet don't want to get married. They don't want to get married. So she keeps meeting unavailable emotional men that maybe just want to have just fun with her. If that's the case, she's going to think, oh, that's going to even make her feel even worse, isn't it? And she may also believe, because her parents were divorced when she was a child, she has a less likely chance of ever getting married. So that's what she believes. So look at the beliefs as a tabletop, and the references that support that are those 3 things there. But let's say, for example, we changed her beliefs. Let's say we wanted to change her belief, what she believed, and change the references, because this is negative. Let's change it to the positive. So let's have a look at that. Let's say, for example, that she was believing that she will get married. Her belief is now, I do think I will get married. So you as a client will change her beliefs and say, actually, instead of looking at that you don't think you're going to get married, let's have a look at the belief if you think you will be able to get married. And what reference points will be there to support this? So it may be like, one of the references may be, men always tell me I'm wife material. And then you can get more specific with that. For example, why, what have they been saying to you? And it may be that they say that she has a lovely nature about her. She knows how to look after the home. She seems like she's a good mother, whether she has children or nephews and nieces or friends of children around her. And if men see her around in that environment, then they're more likely to notice that and give her that compliment, because that's what most men are looking for if they're looking for a wife. Another reference could be, I visualize my wedding every day. Now, if she visualizes her wedding day every day, she's going to be searching for references, events, tools and resources in every situation that she can think of to help her to walk towards that. And plus, it's a very positive thought to be thinking that, and affirmations as well. So she's visualizing her wedding every day. That will support her belief that she does think she will eventually get married. And finally, my best friends are all married and I've learned so much from them. And that could mean that she's surrounding herself with married couples, people that are in loving relationships, people that are engaged, preparing to get married. And you can only, if you're surrounding yourself in that environment, you can only think positive about that it's going to happen to you if that's what you really want to happen. So by you changing your client's belief, the reference points that support that will automatically have to change in relation to that. So do you see how powerful that is, that you can just change your client's belief about what they're thinking about themselves? And we all have beliefs, and we all have negative beliefs and we have positive beliefs, but you can always change that. So as Tony Robbins says, as long as you believe something, your brain operates on automatic pilot, filtering any input from the environment and searching for references to validate your belief, regardless of what it is. Okay, so now we're going to work on our first exercise for you. Now, like I said, it's an information, but it's more a training course video that I'm sharing with you today. And the first exercise is going to be dealing with an arguing couple over PMT. Now, as we know, it's a delicate area, delicate situation for most couples that are having to experience this. And by you watching this, I'm sure that you can identify some of the things in this video. So what I'm going to show with you, I'm going to show you a short clip, it's very short, of a couple having some challenges at that particular time of the month. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to ask you, how would you advise them to improve this situation? So please take some notes while you're watching it, and at the end of it, we're going to discuss how to coach them. So let's just watch this short video now.
I absolutely dread when that time of the month comes around. I have a reminder set in my phone just so I don't forget. It's gotten to that point.
It's not that bad. It's just the same stuff that we usually bicker about, and he just can't handle it. I'm completely fine and don't see what he thinks is so wrong.
What's wrong? I mean, honestly, she's unapproachable, moody, and extremely argumentative. I just can't even be around it.
Really, John? You can wash your plates, but not your utensils?
Sorry about that. Honestly, I was just kind of...
Do I have to do everything for you? I'm not your mother, you know.
I'm sorry, I was in a rush. I didn't realize it was that time of the month again. And
My time of the month has nothing to do with the fact that you can't wash a fork and spoon.
Sally, I can do it. I'm right here.
I'll
I can
take
wash
care
them.
of it. I'll be that dishwashing wife you always wanted, right?
Okay, you know what? You're out of line. You're extremely out of line. And you're going to wake up tomorrow and you're going to say, "Oh, John, I'm so sorry. It was just my time of the month. You know I don't..."
You're ridiculous. I can't even listen to you right now.
Oh, I love Sally, but this is becoming unbearable. We need help from a relationship coach. Can you help us, please?